Hey everyone, welcome back to the Poplar Report. We got a lot of important stuff to cover today. We got the Brics Summit coming up. We have a major survival bucket provider is issuing a recall of some of its buckets out there. We got troubling reports of Israeli attack on Iran being leaked by this administration. We got other reports coming from you guys from the UK. We got reports coming from all over the United States. We have an update coming in from Florida, letting us know what's going on down there. Stuff that you're not hearing out there in the mainstream media. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in from all over, letting us know what is going on out there. Please do keep them coming in. Make sure you use the word update somewhere in your comment. That gets it to the right place. Before we dive in, we do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They help people who have retirement accounts get out of stocks and bonds, get over into gold, silver, and platinum. They're a Christian-based company that focuses in on providing great customer service, answering your questions without pressuring you. So if you want to find out more, whether it's a good fit or not for you, you can find out that. There'll be a link at the end of this video. All right, Costco. They have their ReadyWise buckets. They have a major recall happening out there. Their ReadyWise 110 serving emergency protein bucket is being recalled due to listeria concerns. So if you've bought a protein bucket from Costco recently, you might want to check to see if it is under recall right now. Also, starting tomorrow, we have the Brics Summit. Brics standing for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. But they have added some new members just recently, and there are 30 plus countries that have applied to join Brics. This is seen not quite as a NATO alternative, but kind of as a alternative economic forum and economic grounds. And some of the topics that they'll be discussing, like I said, this starts tomorrow on the 22nd. They're going to be looking at international payment systems. They're going to be looking at how they can have a SWIFT alternative. The United States controls SWIFT, even though technically it's an international thing. The United States uses the SWIFT system to leverage sanctions on other countries. Anything that the United States doesn't like, we hit them with a SWIFT sanction and basically blocks them out of the SWIFT system. These countries, Iran, Russia, China, other countries that don't align exactly with what the United States thinks that they should do, really wants a payment system that is beyond the United States' ability to use as a weapon. Also, they're going to be having further discussions on a brick currency. Some people say that they already have a brick currency. They don't yet. They're still in negotiations as to what that will be, but the general consensus seems to be that they're going to have a BRICS currency is going to be backed up by a basket of commodities. It's going to be a certain amount of wheat, a certain amount of gold, a certain amount of and it's going to be like all of these things in the basket together. So if you want to issue a BRICS currency, you have to show that you have all of these things in storage, essentially. So it's going to be backed by commodities. And that's going to really blow a hole in these non-backed currencies like the US dollar, the euro, all these other countries that are issuing paper currency that's not backed by anything. So the BRICS countries are discussing this. They haven't moved on it yet. They may make some decisions as of tomorrow. It's tomorrow through the next couple of days, and this week is going to be very interesting to hear the announcements. Other thing that we're probably going to be seeing is I think they're going to probably invite several new members for January 1st. That may or may not happen. Some other people are of the opinion that they've brought in enough and they don't want to bring anyone else in just right yet, but I think that they probably will. I think they're trying to rapidly expand this thing, and they want this to be kind of a UN alternative to push back against like things like the G20 and the World Economic Forum and some of these other international globalist organizations. Then we have this very troubling report that the United States had two very highly secretive documents that were not to be distributed to foreign intelligence services. So some of the highest classification in the U.S. Government. These two documents were leaked out and ended up on Reddit and some other internet forums, and they do appear to be legitimate. And these documents basically detailed the Israeli plan for a retaliatory strike on Iran. And Israel is not happy about this. Some portions of the federal government are very not happy with this as well. And some of the most disturbing part of this is how did these documents get out? And it looks like either one, the administration itself wanted these documents leaked in order to embarrass and to damage Israel, or some individuals within the government who had access to these documents wanted to embarrass and damage Israel. Either way, that is not good. And we've already had Israel being very reluctant sharing its plans with the United States, and this is just going to make that all the more difficult for the U.S. to know what's going on within Israel, because Israel doesn't trust us. Nobody trusts us anymore because we can't keep a secret for the life of us. And so part of those documents, it does confirm that Israel does indeed have nuclear weapons, and the administration is concerned that they will use them on Iran. All right, here's some updates coming from you guys. Vanessa, I'm in the UK and things are far from being good. So many people struggling financially and emotionally. Unemployment, business closures, homelessness, addiction has skyrocketed since 2020. The UK economy is on its behind. When out and about, I see that look of despair on people's faces. People are at their wits' end. And yet we have the government that we have in the UK. People allegedly voting for them. I wonder how much, if there was an independent media in the UK, I wonder how much disturbing reports there would be about things not being fair on voting days and such. Bella says, update in central Kentucky. Today I opened a can of newly purchased black beans. I had an identical brand can from last year. I opened and drained and rinsed them. Then, sadly, I weighed them. The older can had 3 more ounces of beans in it than the new one. So not only are we paying more per can, but we are also have the added joy of paying for 3 less ounces per can. So if we were to purchase the older cans of beans, you'd have to buy 2 more cans of beans to equal what we're getting in the can last year. To me, this is false advertising. Each can still says 15 ounces, but I'm only getting 8 ounces of beans, whereas last year I was getting 11 ounces of beans in the same can. Someone make this make sense. I'm surprised they haven't shrunk the can size and put less juice. That would save them even more money than shipping us 3 ounces a can, in my opinion. And a bunch of you guys are reporting this, that you are seeing that the amount of actual substance in these cans is getting less and less, and the juices and the water is getting more and more. But just another scientific measurement of how bad it really is. Going from 11 ounces of beans down to 8 ounces of beans just in 1 year, and just being supplemented with water. Old Biscuit says, Badcock and More Furniture closing all stores after 120 years in business. Amazing. Gator Girl, I'm in Ocala, Florida, and can confirm that there is a very limited supply of eggs. I'm hearing this from a bunch of you guys from all over the United States, that egg supplies are down. My nearest Publix only had the expensive blue eggs on the shelf, so they didn't have any generics, didn't have anything else, just the expensive blue eggs, and not very many of those. This is from Loretta in northern Wisconsin. Walmart expanding here, taking up previous garden center, their delivery center. The last oranges I bought were from South Africa as well. They were out of oranges for 2 to 3 weeks. Before that, the oranges were from Chile. Figured it was the end of the growing season down there. Parmis says Northern California grocery at the Walmart has next to no milk, and the cheese section has been shrinking in multiple locations. So much so I walked right past the cheese section at one location. It looks like the vegan cheese options are still around for both milk and cheese, but are also low quality quantities. Eggs are also the same, with low amounts or stores running out. Workers saying a shipment is expected within a few days. But running out of cheese and other dairy things, that's a theme that I'm hearing from a bunch of you guys as well. Lewis, big update from the Chicagoland area. This is troubling, friends. An ad came on that said that once we vote, our voting record will be updated and that friends and family will be able to see which way we voted. Talk about voter intimidation. How is all these things that the Republicans are doing are supposedly voter intimidation. But then when you come out and in Democratic areas, you're putting out advertisements that are indicating to people that their voting record will become public. That is a threat. That is a threat in these areas. It kind of seemed to have the undertone of be careful who you vote for so you won't cause division. Someone please make that one make sense. That being said, be strong and courageous, my brethren. Let's be super clear. Who you vote for will never be public. Okay? So let's counter that ad very clearly. I don't imagine a lot of the people that live in those areas are watching this, but who you vote for does not become public. Now, who you're registered for, that's public knowledge. Whether you actually voted or not, in some places is public knowledge, but who you vote for is absolutely not. Voter intimidation tactics in Chicago, friends. You heard it here first. American Mom says Pasco County, Florida, between 2 hurricanes, the devastation in Florida is being overlooked. Many are without power still. Shortages on products in stores, traffic lights still not working, huge flooding issues, and homeless seniors now who are struggling with what to do. Why is the media hiding the statewide issues of devastation? I grew up here and have never seen so many issues all over the state. Up and down the state of Florida, the humans are suffering. And so we have major issues down there. They go on to say that they've seen Samaritan's Purse on the ground helping, so they recommend donating to Samaritan's Purse. They're great. I'm a big fan of Southern Baptist Disaster Relief. They do a ton of good and are very ubiquitous down south as well. This is from Angelique. Tampa Publix on Thursday. Canned goods of all kinds were short. This included canned meats, fruit, and even veggies. Major gaps in the canned pasta section, like SpaghettiOs. Employees were doing their best to front the cans, not restock, but to front. Eggs were completely wiped out except for one grass-fed organic brand. Grass-fed, right? Dairy and water products were okay. I didn't get my power restored until midday Wednesday. I'm writing a Substack article to share my lessons learned from nearly a week without power, and I will share it with the community once it's finished. Being prepared made things so much easier. Thanks for all the updates. And please do keep sending yours, guys, in as well. Use the word update somewhere in your comment. This is from Mupty, or Mupty. Here is a silly update for you, but I think it's telling and reveals stuff to us here. Made my first visit to IKEA. I know, so it's not so very important, but this is revealing. First visit to IKEA in a very long time. Surprised to find that they now charge 99 cents for the bags, the blue bags that I remember used to be free. So if you like to shop there for smaller items, make sure you bring some reusable bags in the store with you. Also surprised to find that they were completely out of the frozen meat Swedish meatballs, but they had plenty of the veggie version. All right, friends, please do keep your updates coming in. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right there. Just fill out your information. They'll get in contact with you. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.